Bonjour à tous, c'est Julien Reynard d'investir.us. Je suis ravi de vous retrouver aujourd'hui pour cette nouvelle vidéo. Alors aujourd'hui, je me trouve au plein cœur des États-Unis. On est en plein centre des États-Unis, plus précisément dans l'état du Mississippi. Je me trouve dans le Tishomingo County et je vais vous présenter cette région tout de suite en vidéo. C'est parti! Donc comme je vous le disais, je me trouve sur le Tishomingo County, on est plus précisément dans la ville d'Iuka, qui est le siège du Tishomingo County. Ici, on compte 20 000 habitants environ, on est dans un territoire rural, mais qui est en fort développement. Je voulais vous introduire cette région parce que j'ai commencé à faire des opérations ici depuis près d'un an. Et donc ça me semble intéressant de vous partager ce qui, à mon sens, est aujourd'hui une vraie opportunité en matière d'immobilier. Donc pour vous présenter ce territoire qui est sans doute peu connu en France, qui moi-même je ne le connaissais pas quand je suis arrivé aux États-Unis, j'ai eu l'opportunité de rencontrer une femme qui fait bouger les choses ici, qui est une femme qui est née et qui a grandi ici, qui est une locale. C'est Pamela McRae, qui est la journaliste du Tishomingo County News, qui est le journal local, et donc je vais la retrouver pour qu'elle nous explique un peu plus en détail cette région et le Tishomingo County. Hey Pamela, how are you? Yeah. On se retrouve en plein downtown chez un des assureurs qui occupe un des bâtiments historiques du downtown d'Iuka, qui nous a montré les travaux récemment effectués. Il y a de très très beaux bâtiments ici. Pamela nous a introduit, donc c'est très gentil, on est ici. Du coup, je vais switcher en anglais. Pamela, so we are in downtown Iuka. I would like to give us some feedback about the area, about the city, the county. Could you explain more a little bit about everything on the local area?
Well, we're here in northeast Mississippi, which is a different part of Mississippi than what most people see in the movies.
Yep.
This is the hill country, a lot of timber. Timber is the biggest crop in Mississippi in this area for sure. So it's a hilly, forested area, and that was one of the things that brought people here. One of the major industries at the turn of the century was lumber, and there was a huge lumber yard down here in Jaybird Park where we were before. Now it is kind of more of a tourist place to be able to come and see all the little cute shops. There's a pottery shop that you can always, in the summer, you can see a bunch of group of little women come, and they come from Memphis and Nashville to come and visit this place. We've got churches that are historic. This church over here served as a hospital during the Civil War. So it's one of the oldest ones. And then the one that's next door also is antebellum, but it was moved here from another place. It's a Carpenter Gothic church, which is a very historic, architecturally significant
but
style.
History is a very part of the local
Yes.
area, and you run a piece of history too, with a newspaper existing from 1883.
Yes, it's the oldest business in the county.
Oh.
The newspaper it's been different newspapers, but it's always, it's just progressed through the years. The current Tishomingo County News was actually started in about 1968. And since then we have been, as we say, writing the history of the town every day. So that's one of our goals that we try to do, is be able to record what is really going on here in our town.
Okay. And so there is some history also about the NASA. I heard about that. Could you give us a little bit more insight about that quickly?
In the late 80s, do you remember the Challenger explosion? The rocket that went up and exploded and killed the people? Well, they redesigned those rocket motors, and those redesigned motors were going to be made here at Yellow Creek.
Okay.
It was the NASA site at Yellow Creek.
So Yellow Creek port is the industrial port?
No, this was at the Tri-State Commerce Park, where that is now.
Yeah, so but this is part of Tishomingo County.
It is. It's all in Tishomingo County. There were three big companies, Lockheed, Aerojet, and Russ. They all came together to do a more than 1,000-acre site. They were going to be able to ship the rocket parts up on the water. That was one of the key pluses for this area, is this 10-ton waterway that you can ship huge objects. And so the rocket parts were going to be here, made here, tested some here, and then shipped down to Stennis, Mississippi, down on the coast, and that was going to be the test site. There's also part of it that came in from Louisiana at Michoud. they also had part of the project there.
Okay.
But at that time, I mean, that was probably 1,500 new people came to this area.
Okay.
So some of them are still here in Iuka, but a lot of them, you know, it just was different. It was a lot different for the county. It was engineers, it was technical people. So they did a thing where they consolidated all the schools so that the schools would be better for all these new people coming in. So we have one of the top schools in this area in the state. It's very nice, always has some of the highest scores. I don't know what the star system is necessarily. But anyway, so they have Tishomingo County High School here, and it offers everything that a pre-college curriculum is,
Okay.
as well as addressing trades like the steel manufacturing and that kind of thing. You can also do that through the VOTRE, and you can be trained for that kind of thing too.
But so at the end, NASA just failed. The federal government.
The federal government pulled funding, and then they were going to make. It was just too much, I guess, at that time. And then another company came in, Thiokol. They were here for just a little while, but some of the facilities up there are still in use. Orbital Northrop Grumman has one of the huge buildings up there, and they still actually make rocket parts. They make
so there's still this
carbon
connection
fiber.
with rockets and with all the aerospatials.
Yeah, and a lot of local people have been employed there. Whenever NASA came, we all said we were rocket scientists, but of course we weren't all rocket scientists. But
Okay. So about the job, we discussed about NASA. Could you explain a little bit more about like the different kind of job we can find here, please?
Okay. Here in town, of course, there's a lot of professionals and that kind of thing. And a lot of people work at the school system. That's a big employer in the town. And then also nearby, there's industrial facilities where people do steel fabricating, steel processing that looks like it's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's amazing the kind of things they do. And a lot of people, of course, work at the at Northrop Grumman, and there's other places up there like that. So it just runs the gamut. We have technical people, we've got construction people. It's a really great area for any kind of family.
Okay, and we have also some retired people who came here for like golden age.
Oh yes, this is a big retirement area because they come from Memphis all their lives. They come and play at Pickwick, so when they retire, they want to get a house at Pickwick. So we have a lot of retired people that move here. A lot of them are in the lake, but a lot of them want to be in town so that they're close to hospitals and doctors and that kind of thing. And we've been really blessed because they get involved. They get really involved in the churches and in the volunteers. They're involved in things like running clubs and things like that. They've made a big contribution. So it's all kinds of age groups.
So tourism is probably a big stuff too, because the lake is close by. We're close by Pickwick Lake.
Yes.
I saw the numbers of 1 million visitors a year. That's
More
a
than
lot.
1 million visitors a year come for, a lot of it's the lake, but a lot of it is different festivals that we have. Like we've had Labor Day weekend, we have a big Heritage Day festival, that's a big draw. And then sometimes we have music down here. But yes, tourism is really big because they do the lake. You can always tell when it's Memorial Day weekend at the Walmart because there's all the boats are parked there.
Wow.
You can tell when the lake people come.
Okay.
We love the lake people.
Okay, very fine. Thank you very much, fam, for your
Thank
time
you.
and
Great.
for everything.
Thanks.
This is a very clear and a big insight for us. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Donc vous l'avez compris, ici le marché immobilier est très favorable pour ceux qui veulent s'y intéresser et comprendre comment il fonctionne. C'est un marché à développer complètement, il y a un esprit pionnier ici. Il faut quand même comprendre aussi que le coût d'une construction ici est beaucoup plus faible qu'ailleurs aux États-Unis, puisqu'évidemment la main d'œuvre est beaucoup moins chère, malgré tout très qualifiée. Donc c'est ça qui est très positif. En tout cas, merci beaucoup de m'avoir regardé sur cette vidéo. Surtout, n'hésitez pas à vous abonner, n'hésitez pas à partager à vos amis et à votre famille si vous pensez que ça peut les intéresser. Si vous voulez en savoir plus sur le Tishomingo County et ce que l'on fait sur Pickwick Lake, n'hésitez pas à nous contacter. Une seule adresse, contact@investir.us ou le lien en description pour nous soumettre votre projet. Je vous dis à bientôt, bye bye.